Hello, hi. Myself, Dr.Shivaranjani, Academic Coordinator, Department of Graphics and Creative Design, Dr. S.N.S. Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. So now we'll have a discussion on file sharing and production in file system. What is file sharing? File sharing is also known as file swapping is accessing or sharing of files by one or more user. It performed on computer networks as a quick way to transmit data. Generally, a file sharing system usually has more than one administrator, where the user have the same or different access privileges. It also implies having an allocated amount of personal files in common storage. The file sharing has been used in mainframes and multi-user computer systems for many years and now is widespread to access the internet. A file transfer system known as file transfer protocol is widely used. And meanwhile, the file has to be protected. And what is the necessary for file production is, in computer system, a lot of user information is stored. The objective of the operating system is to keep a safety data of the user from the improper access to the system. Production can be provided in number of ways. For single laptop system, we might provide production by locking the computers in disk drawer or file cabinet. For multi-user system, different mechanisms are used for file production. Type of access: the file which have different direct access of any user have need of production. The file system which are accessible to other user do not require any kind of production. The mechanism of production provides the facility of controlling access by just limiting the types of access to the files. Access can be given or not given to any user depending upon several factors, one of which is that access required. Several different types of operations can be controlled. Reading from a file, writing or rewriting the files, execute, loading the file, and after loading the location, execution process started, append, writing the new informations to the already existing file, ending must be the end of the file, end of the existing file. Delete the file which is of no use, using the space for the other data. List the name and the attributes of the files. Type of access: operations like renaming, editing the existing file, copying this can also be controlled. There are many production mechanisms. Each of them have different advantages and disadvantages and must be appropriate for the intent applications. Access control: there are different methods used by the different user to access any files. The general way of production is associated identity dependent access with all the files and directories in a list called as access control list, which specify the name of the user and the type of the access associated with each of the users. The main problem with the access list is their length. If we wanted to allow everyone to read a file, we must list all the user with the read access. 3 classification of users. Many systems recognize 3 classification of users in connections with each files. The first one is owner, is the user who create the file. The next one is group. A group is a set of members who has similar needs as they are sharing the same name. Universe: in the system, all the other users are under the category called as universe. Other production approaches: the user to any system is also controlled by the password. If the user is random and changed often, this may be resulted in limited the efficient access to the file. The use of the password has few disadvantages. The number of passwords are very large, so it is difficult to remember the large password. If one password is used for all the files, then once it is recovered, all the files are accessible. Production is on all or none basis. Thank you all.